Seen the devil in the flesh, talk to that liar. I put in pain, walk through that fire. I draw first blood, get the last laugh. Niggas really want that smoke, bring the gas mask.
I made transition and became clear. Mentally, we ain't even in the same sphere. To level with you, we ain't even in the same tier. You out of shape, we ain't even in the same square. Wait, let me switch speeds, change gears.
I go bananas on the planet of the apes, nigga. Cross my path, better slam on your brakes, nigga. I hold a rat the same hand as the snake, nigga. Before I speak a word, I cut out my own tongue. Before I point a finger, I cut off my own thumb.
You're thrusting your fist against a stone wall. You're not using your brain. That's what the white man wants you to do. Look at you. What makes you ashamed of being black?
Number love for you.
Right, you know how hard it is. Being a woman, a black woman at that, it's white man's world. Sometimes we overlook the fact that we can ride hard now since we don't be knowing the pain we cause. It's white man's world. It's white man's world. I ain't saying I'm innocent at all this. I'm just saying it's white man's world. It's all for all those times that I mess up or we mess up. Dear sister, got me twisted up in prison, I miss you. Crying, looking at my nieces and my nephew's picture. They say don't let this cruel world get you. Kinda suspicious, swearing one day you might leave me for somebody that's richer. Twist the cap off the bottom, I take a sip and see tomorrow. Gotta make it if I have to beg a bottle. Reading love letters late night, locked down and quiet. If brothers don't proceed, they mail, best believe we ride. Eating Jack Mac, staring at the walls of silence inside this cage where they captured all my rage and violence. In time I learned a few lessons, never fall for riches. Apologies to my true sisters, far from bitches. Help me raise my black nation, reparations are due. It's true, caught up in this world, I took advantage of you. So tell the babies how I love them, precious boys and girls, born black in this white man's world. And all I heard was, yeah, born black. This white man's world. All my ghetto motherfuckers are proud to be black and be proud to have this shit like this. Born black. Nobody got this white man's world. All these motherfuckers want to be like us. They all want to be like us. To be the have-nots. All here. Get our blessed shout go hold his own. No motherfucking down. Being born with less, I must confess. Only adds on to the stress. 2 gunshots to my homie's head. Died his best. Shot him to death and left him bleeding for his family to see. Pass his casket, gently ask him, is there heaven for G? My homeboy's doing life, his baby mama be stressing, shedding tears when her son finally asked that question. Where my daddy at? Mama, why we live so poor? Why you crying? Heard you late night to my bedroom door. That do you love me, mama? Why they keep on calling me nigga? Get my weight up with my hate and pay him back when I'm bigger. And still thugging in his jail cell, missing my block. Hearing brothers screaming all night, wishing they stop. Proud to be black, but while we act like we don't love ourselves. Don't look around yourself, check yourselves. Know what it means to be black, whether a man or girl, we still struggling in this white man's world. We must fight for brotherhood. We must fight for brotherhood. Born black in this white man's world. We must fight for brother Geronimo Pratt. We must fight man's world. For broken doors, Kofi, remember this white man's world, for the countless political prisoners who are locked up false by this white man. Change, choose a new direction, and I'm giving out. My time away just made perfection. I think I die, not going far, why should I care? Like we holding on the lost love that's no longer there. Can you please help me? God bless me, please keep my seeds healthy. Making all my enemies bleed while my G's wealthy. Hoping they bury me with ammunition, weed and shells. Just in case they trip in heaven, ain't no G's in hell. Sister, sorry for the pain that I caused your heart. I know I've changed if you help me, but don't fall apart. Rest in peace to Latasha, Lil Yummy and Kato. Too much for this cold war attack, ended up being fatal. Every woman in America, especially black, bear with me, can't you see that we under attack? I never meant to cause drama to my sister and mama, but we make it to better times in this white man's world. You're out of touch with reality. A few of you in a few smoke-filled rooms calling that the mainstream, while the masses of the people, white and black, red, yellow, and brown, poor and vulnerable time they took us out. They could never take us out. No matter what they say about us being extinct, about us being an endangered species, we ain't never gonna leave this. We ain't never gonna walk off this planet unless y'all choose your grave. Choose your grave. It ain't them that's killing us, it's us that's killing us. It ain't them that's knocking us off, it's us that's knocking us off. I'm telling you, better watch it or be a victim. Be a victim in this white man's world.
Every word line.
In this white man's world.
Where you go, no matter how far I'll
Black in this white man's world.
let you know
No doubt. Dedicated to my motherfucking team. Matula Shakur, Geronimo Pratt, Mumia Abu Jamal, Sekou Ding, all the real OGs. We out.
The seal and the Constitution reflect the thinking of the founding fathers that this was to be a nation by white people and for white people. Native Americans, blacks, and all other non-white people were to be the burden bearers for the real citizens of this nation.
This is your chance to set things right. Are you here to heal the world or to destroy it? I don't know.
Space age, pimpin', bustin' jug on the internet. Catch a nigga lacking, I've been tracking his IP address. I'm tearing up the timeline. He got shot on Instagram Live, that was cybercrime. Sucker, how you dropping dime? You don't even got a dime. Logged in with my dogs, taught them how to monetize. Got familiar with the algorithms, I'm a mastermind. Plan, plot, strategize, I'd rather not fraternize. I've been chasing after mine. Futuristic gangster shit, a nigga going digital. Razor blazing residue, I'm running up the revenue. Wasting all your time, social network so frivolous. Negative attention, ill intentions in the images. Send a signal to my satellite communications. Texting my connection, information instantaneous. I'm famous, but I'm heinous, hanging on another wavelength. Play it safe and I stay dangerous, it's simultaneous. Break a nigga broad for them bands, I got broadband. Donnie Darko on a dark web, credit card scam. I've been doing business with some foreigners interpreting. Murder scene, made a killing off of cryptocurrency. Sacrilegious sermons on my servers make computers crash. Bullet cable with my fake ID, McLove is super bad. I'm no longer doing bad. Told my order make a new account and post another ad. I just made 100 racks.
I just finished watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Erica. Why did you say that? Why would you call Spice a black monkey? And on top of that, Spice should have never ever brought up your child. That I understand and I get. But you just made a racial slur. And everything's going to be swept under the rug? No. No. I'm so disappointed in Erica.
This hasn't been a good week for the Love and Hip Hop member Erica, and 2 other cast members who was arrested over the weekend in Atlanta at bar for fighting. In a recent air episode of Love and Hip Hop, both Spice and Erica get into a heated argument that turned into table flipping between the 2 ladies. During the argument, Erica Mena called Spice a blue monkey. She continues that B should have died, screamed Erica Mena. Spice fired back, "Your son hates you, B." Mena could then be heard yelling, "You monkey, you F blue monkey, say what now?" Wow, this is crazy. This make me ask the questions, is this how Erica really feel about Spice? I understand kids off limits, but for her to call her monkey, that was something she genuinely think and felt about Spice. She was just waiting for the moment to get it out. However, one might ask, where is the outrage? For calling Spice a monkey? Where is the cancel culture warriors? Because not so long ago, I saw a news report call her black colleague a monkey on air. If my memory serves me right, she was fired for doing that. Also, I ask the question, why would a network feel comfortable enough to even air that kind of offensive name calling? Guys, I want to hear from you all. Please leave your comment.
The champ is here! 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 Let's go. You not better let me in.
Gotta grind for it, birdie, grind, no, grind, no. Gotta grind for it,
Yeah, my only job is to represent.
Gotta grind for it, birdie, grind, no, grind, no. Gotta grind for it,
Yeah, you hear me knocking, better let me in.
Gotta grind for it, birdie, grind, no, grind, no. Gotta grind for it, stay
My only job is to represent.
Gotta grind for it, birdie, grind for it, grind, no. Gotta grind for it, stay grind, no.
I'm not one for the kid in, no. Never had the front just to fit in. Birdie on go, where they go, how they get in, what they wanna know. I don't know, I don't give in. Everybody fighting, wanna talk like a vulture, wanna front like a soldier, wanna talk about the business. Got a little older, got a chip up on my shoulder. Double birdie gets a soldier, this ain't what they predicted. No, I don't get this, didn't realize that I'm gifted. Rap when he beats like it's Christmas. What can he tell us when he's seeming overzealous? I can tell that he jealous, he don't know how to switch it. Can I get a witness? Don't make it up like it's lipstick, dog. I be up in your district, catch him in bed, laid up with your mistress. Thought he was dead, I ain't one with the fishes. Hold up.
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast, as well as its hosts, are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart, or our own.
Salute. Can y'all hear me? I'm having some technical difficulties. Let me see how I sound. Hold on. Let me see how I sound. Hold on. All right. Not bad. My bad. What's good with y'all, though? What's good with y'all? We in the building. Yeah, man, I got to get some new headphones. My headphones is, I don't know if it's the wire. I don't know if it's the headphones. I'm just going to have to get some new headphones, I guess. But what's good with y'all? My mic acting kind of funny. I don't know if I should switch to the other mic because it's extra loud. But we're going to make it work. So, it's been a trending topic. Love and hip hop. Somebody named Mena, and Spice had an altercation where Spice, black West Indian Jamaican woman, was called a blue monkey by Erica Menez. I believe she's Latina. I believe. I don't know how this whole thing worked, but it's going around. You know, they calling Erica Mena racist. Now, you know, being on this social media, you know, doing this social media thing, there's a lot of, you know, I've learned there's a lot of different outlooks on what's considered as racist or who's considered as a racist or things of that nature. Now, you know, I was always taught coming up, you know, you have open races, what they call them southern races. Then you got northern races, which is, you know, more hidden or made or covert, you know, overt and covert. But as you know, as a black person, you know, how do you know if someone is racist? Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, racism was created by, you know, so-called white racist oppressors. And so the rules was made up about, I guess, racism. And it changes all the time. So, you know, if you make something up, if you make up the rules, and that means you can change the rules as you see fit. So some people may see some things racist, and some people may not see some things racist. So it's a slippery slope, but we're gonna talk about that today. We're gonna talk about that today. Um, Covert, overt racism, or some people don't even may be racist and don't even know it. They may not think they racist. Some people may not be racist and others think they racist. So it's kind of, it's very confusing. But we're gonna look into this. We're gonna look into it. Don Philly, salute. Holeless L. Larry Beach is in the building. Twisted, salute. Chuck is in the building. David, salute. Lotus Flowers, salute. Geronda, salute. See, I rather overt racist, a openly racist person. Like I like to know what I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It's those covert racists that's scary. Those are the most scary races. They could be one of your friends. You think it's somebody that's your friend. They could be your lover. They could be the father or mother of one of your children. You never know. David, salute. Dirty Kenzo is in the building. A-boy, salute. You see, everybody got different definitions of racism and what's racist. Some of them is very clean cut. Chuck, salute. To me, Queen Kel, salute. But I've learned that it's not all black and white and cut and dry to everybody. Everybody feel a different type of way. A-boy, salute. Top Shots is in the building. Old head, salute. But some people feel like Erica Mena is racist because she called Spice a monkey. Some people may feel like she's not racist. Daisy Day, salute. Andre Obama, salute. Chosen One, salute. Tuscany, salute. See, I tell everybody this is what we was taught. This is what we was programmed with. We was taught these things in we was taught these things. Authority check, salute. So it's like we argue over something that we were taught by mentally disturbed individuals. So we all mentally disturbed, like we all crazy. It's not our fault, you know what I'm saying? But knowing is half the battle, recognizing that this shit is batshit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Lansky, salute. Some people, try to ignore it like it doesn't exist. It exists, even though it's fucking crazy. Some people try to make sense out of it. Some people put philosophies and ideologies behind this shit. Like, authority check, salute. You feel me? At the end of the day, when something affects a group of people, if something affects a group of people and it doesn't affect another group of people, it's difficult for the people who it doesn't affect to explain justify. You know, it's like it's like if it's like say I punch you in the face, right? Say I punch you in the face, and then I tell you how it feels. Like say, you know how somebody like females. This happened with females a lot. You know how you roughhousing with a man and all that. Y'all roughhousing, and he may play too rough, and you like, oh, you playing too rough. That hurt. And he like, that don't hurt. I ain't hit you that hard. Because he don't understand. You a female. You might be a little more. Your skin might be a little more soft. You may be a little more sensitive. So what he think might not be hurting you, playing around, it's hurting you. You letting them know, like, listen, this hurting. He like, that don't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So in your mind, you want to hit him. You want to hit him. You want to hurt him. You feel what I'm saying? You want to hit him, and then you hit him, and he be like, that hurt, and then you be like, nah, that didn't hurt. So, you want him to feel how you feel. You feel what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that go around too. So a lot of people, some people don't understand. Why'd you hurt this person? Why'd you hit this person? But they don't acknowledge that, you the victim. You got hit first. This is a retaliation. This is a defense mechanism, shit like that. And some may not understand, some may not care, But at the end of the day, it still affects you, no matter what they think. You the one who, got hurt. You the one that it affects. LA Spike, salute. Red Jones is in the building. So after a while, you feel like, man, if you don't care how I feel, I don't give a fuck how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Sharonda, salute. Polo is in the building. See, me, this is very complicated for me. Lotus Flowers, salute. So I don't really like to get into it and all of that because I leave people offended on every side, even my own side, because people don't like my outlook on certain things. LaPuffy, salute. So I try not to even, because at the end of the day, I feel like if you just a regular motherfucker running around here and you doing whatever you doing, you exposing yourself. People gonna think what they think about you. I don't give a fuck. It don't affect me. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Natasha, salute. But when at the end of the day, the problem is systematic racism. It's the whole system. Exile One, salute. So until we ready to tackle the system, all this other shit is frivolous. It just causes a bunch of confusion and all that. And I'm not telling people not to speak up, because it's good to let people know that, listen, this is my culture, this is my people, this is my heritage. This is how some of us may feel. We might not all feel like that, but some of us may feel like that. Because sometimes people don't know how people may feel. Vic Matora's brother, salute. And some people don't really care, but as long as you said it, you let it be known. You feel me? So that's what I do. I just put it out there. You can pick it up. You can step over it. You can kick it. You can step on it. It doesn't matter to me. I put it out there. So as far as that situation, I think a lot of cultures, I grew up in the Bronx, and I've been called a monkey by, Latin people, and even one of my first earliest girlfriends used to call me a monkey and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's how she was grown. She was brought up. You know, I used to call her names too. You know, what I used to call her, a Goya Bean. You know what I'm saying? I think this was like the fourth grade. Fourth grade. But then we liked each other. You know what I'm saying? And her family didn't like, you know, Monanos or whatever the hell you want to call it. But that's just how she grew up. So a lot of people grew up a certain type of way, and this is their mentality and all that. And it may never change. It may change. They might meet someone from a different culture or so-called race that may change their perspective or not. Harley, salute. But it's all about what type of person you choose to be, and what type of people you choose to associate with and surround yourself with. But you got to understand, if somebody feels a certain type of way, especially if they come from a specific culture or heritage or race that you're referring to or talking about, and they feel some type of way, you got to expect that. You got to understand that. Brimside, salute. I mean, you don't got to understand it, but it's going to happen. This is America. This shit was built off of racism against black Americans. That's why this is what the country was built off of. White supremacy, all that. It's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? But what we gonna do moving forward? You know what I'm saying? That's the question. What we gonna do moving forward? Trooper, salute. Matt is in the building. And this social media, everybody has a lot of, opinions and things of that nature. And but at the end of the day, like I said, Spice is from Jamaica. Black Americans and West Indians sometimes don't get along culturally and things of that nature. You feel me? So there's a lot of ins and outs. A lot of people like to generalize all white people, all Latin people, all black people. All Latin people don't get along. All white people don't get along. All black people don't get along. So how are we going to unite with each other if we can't even get along with ourselves? And then all West Indians don't get along. All Africans don't get along. All Black Americans don't get along. All Puerto Ricans don't get along. All Dominicans don't get along. All Mexicans don't get along. All Europeans don't get along. Like all Asians don't get along. But we talk about black, white, Asian, Latin. We all need to unite together. But we don't even get along with each other. So until we get our own shit together and understand ourselves and come up with, agreements amongst ourselves, how the fuck do you expect for us to agree with other ethnicities or cultures or so-called races and all? How you expect for this to happen? So you got to get your shit together. As a person, as an individual, you got to get your shit together before you start going on out trying to point the finger at others. And then as groups, you need to get your shit together. As a culture, as a so-called race, as a nation, or as a whatever the fuck you doing before you start sticking your nose in other people's shit. Because just a recipe for disaster. A recipe for disaster. Almond Brown, salute. And some people feel one way when they're young, another way when they're old. Like one day, one way yesterday, the next way today, another way tomorrow. Serial killer, salute. But like I said, man, I prefer a overt, openly racist person, so I know what the fuck I'm dealing with. The scary motherfuckers is those, you know, the covert racists, the undercover racists. Those are the scary motherfuckers. And even scarier than that is the motherfuckers that don't even know they racist. Those are the scariest motherfuckers. Those who don't even know it. They try to make sense of the shit. They try to look at it logically. They try to analyze this shit. When, you know, people don't keep in mind that the shit is created by mentally disturbed people. You can't make no sense. You can't come at it from a logical standpoint. Insane, sick individuals created this shit. It's crazy. You motherfuckers trying to make some type of sense of this shit. You can't make sense of this. Cindy, salute. Motherfuckers done wrote books, made classes. Motherfuckers done created museums, movies, cartoons. But nobody likes to mention the fact that some half-witted, low IQ, mentally disturbed individuals came up with this shit. It's like a child that came up with some fairy tale and adults are going along with it and trying to make sense of it. This is the way. Salute, Lotus Flower. You feel me? Then people, you know, and some people, you know, they like, you know, the feel. It gives people a feeling like, some people just say things like, you know, some things you say to try to hurt people. Maybe you don't really feel like that, or maybe you do. Who knows? But at the end of the day, people need to learn to deal with people who has an open mind. Stop trying to build or debate or argue or convince people who's, you know, not trying to, you know, be convinced. Like they don't have an open mind. They're not trying to hear none of that shit. Well, don't even waste your time. It's like shadow boxing. Don't even waste your time. Go get yourself a punching bag or a sparring partner. Don't waste your time shadow boxing. Because at the end of the day, you're only fighting yourself. You're not connected. All your moves, your techniques is going into thin air. Now, it may sharpen your skills a little bit. May sharpen your skills a little bit, but not too much. Suki, salute. You need resistance. You need to know. Oh, I need to swing a little. You know what I'm saying? Harder. I need to pause. I need to twist my wrist this way, or it might break against this heavy bag or this sparring partner. Your shit ain't gonna break when you're shadow boxing, swinging at thin air. So, you know, a lot of times these things come up. It's good to speak about it and build, and we can learn. But all of the, you know, canceling people and all of that type of stuff is not genuine. It's disingenuous. It's like people is just talking about something or doing something because everybody else is doing it. Well, let's see. Let me get into this video real quick. I ain't gonna spend too much time here. 1 second.
Keep it quilted means you keep it the best.
We know that overt racism is terrible. Most people know that. But covert racism, a lot of the time, is much harder to deal with. It's much more insidious, and therefore it's a lot harder to deal with. Overt racism is obvious racism. That is obvious. Overt racism is obvious racism. That could be the use of racial slurs to degrade somebody, or it could be targeted physical violence of someone solely based upon their race. I think most people agree that overt racism is a bad thing, most people. And as a result, they think that because they don't participate in overt racism, or they don't condone it, or they don't sanction it, they are not racist themselves or promoting.
See, now it's people like that you know, they feel like if they not openly racist, or they're not saying racist, the normal stereotypes that everybody speak on, if they're not speaking like that, if they're not acting racist, or that they're not racist. But like I said, man, racism, people have their different interpretation. So at the end of the day, like I said, man, if you carry yourself as a respectable person, if you carry yourself with respect, and you respect yourself and others, and you treat others, how you expect them to treat you, a lot of this foolishness won't even occur. Even if you hate somebody, even if you are a racist, even if we don't like each other because this color of our skin, that don't mean you have to carry yourself a certain type of way. And it's small things, as a black person from America, growing up, you hear stories, you see things, you're taught things, you're given examples of things. So you pick up little things that other people might not see or might not feel that's racist, or maybe a little bit prejudiced. So sometimes you gotta listen to people and hear, listen to how people feel. Now, if it don't make no sense to you, it is what it is. But at the least, you could respect someone's feelings.
Any form of racism. And that's kind of where covert racism comes in. It's in the prejudice that exists between the lines, in the basic assumptions that people make, the images that you see and the ones that you don't see. and then the coded language people use is sometimes they don't even realize they're using. So I'll run off a couple things. It's the fact that in a lot of TV shows,
and that's another thing, coded language. There's a lot of things that people say and do and don't understand that these things are offensive to another culture, another heritage, another so-called race. These things are offensive. It may not be offensive in your culture or whatever, but these words and these things was created in order to be offensive to others, or the word is attached to something, tragic or whatever that, these people been through. So if you don't come from that culture or that background, you don't have to, but it's great. It's good to respect, the fact that, these people, how, how this affects these people, but that's not how it is. You feel me? Sometimes a lot of people don't want to be wrong. They don't want to admit to a mistake, but this is how you learn. How you going to become a better, smarter individual if you ain't trying to learn, if you ain't trying to make mistakes? You got to crawl before you walk, and you're going to fall. Just get your ass back up and learn how to walk. Don't cry about it. So, like I said, man, a lot of people don't like to admit, okay, I was wrong, or I'm not wrong. This is, I stand on this, but I respect your point of view, and your, how you feel and how this affected you and yours. You feel me?
in Hollywood in general, it's hard to come by positive Black main characters in our biggest Hollywood blockbusters, and that stereotypical Black side characters are extremely prominent in entertainment. It's the fact that someone's first response to a video depicting police brutality against a Black person is asking what they did to deserve the use of force instead.
And see, what a lot of people don't understand is, like, this country was built on white supremacy, racism against Black people, Black Americans, and there's a lot of propaganda. It's a war against us. I know people don't want to believe it. Listen, I don't want it to be a war against us. Like, I'll be trying to, ignore it or act like this shit is not true, but it's true. So there's a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of shit, with this country and the system and the words and the education and the media and the movies and the everything. It's in everything. It's all in everything. There's a lot of lies. See, a lot of people, you study American history, but you don't study Black American history. So it's certain things, that we may know through studying or tradition or, oral tradition or family tradition. There's certain things that we may not know. I mean, that we know that you may not have been taught. You feel what I'm saying? But people will sit there and argue, oh, no, this is what it said in the books, or this is what, your oppressor taught us about you. But if you come from another place or another country, somebody, a foreigner, can't come to your country telling you about where you from and your family is from and how it is and this and that. It's borderline disrespectful. You feel me? And a lot of you don't even know about yourself. You gotta study yourself, and you'll be surprised what you find. How you may be connected to so-called Black people or other people. You may have that in your, never know. Know thy enemy. Know thyself.
Instead of asking why force was used against them in the first place. It's like that invisible feeling of tension some people feel when they're around Black people, where that means them speeding up their walk to their car, clutching their purse in the elevator, or calling the police when there's nothing illegal going on.
And there's a man, African American, who has a place behind me. He's recording me and threatening me and my dog.
It's the fact that someone's first response to a well-spoken Black person is surprised that they're being articulate or saying that they quote unquote talk white. I can't tell you how many times in high school I was told that I talked white because I was using correct grammar and I was articulate instead of just.
Yeah, that's another thing too. When you talk proper, when you speak proper English, they say that's talking white. Well, anyway, I remember when I was younger, I was on a train, right? And it was this man, right? This white man, right? So he looking at me, he thinking I'm some type, he thinking I'm gonna do something to him and all that. So what he did was he took his wallet out of his pocket and then he put it into his book bag. So in my mind, I'm like, you just said, hey, rob me, and made it easier. Because it's just easy, it's easier for me to just take your whole book bag with the wallet than to try to go into your pockets. But anyway, I just said that to say, you know, it's certain shit like that you experience, you know, that, you know. But anyway.
Just acknowledging their words and ideas at face value. It's the disapproval of inappropriate haircuts, tattoos, earrings, etc. on the basis that they're unbecoming, and to speak on personal experience.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, you know, in school, you know, our hair, we got to cut our hair, but, you know, you could have the punk rockers, you know what I'm saying? The Ozzy Osbournes in there with the colorful hair and all type of looking crazy like a gothic vampire. But we can't have no dreads or braids, and you know, it's like a you know, and then people, and it's so sad when, you know, they try to throw, oh, we're all equal, you know what I'm saying? It's equal, it's our rights as Americans, and but it's kind of borderline disrespectful to throw your rights in the face of people whose rights have been should I say taken? I can't even say taken because, you know, we never, you know, really got equal rights, you know. So, you know, that type of stuff, you know, it's kind of borderline disrespectful, especially for people who actually marched and died and fought for these set rights that everyone didn't have or wasn't supposed to have in the first place. But welcome to America.
Experience that last one. I recently visited a restaurant in Baltimore, an open air restaurant, nice restaurant, wearing a long sleeve t-shirt and in gray sweatpants. This was literally 5 days ago on Saturday. And they told me that they usually don't let people in that are wearing athletic wear, even though I looked around and people were dressed pretty casually. And about 4 days later, a woman and her son, a Black son, went into that same restaurant, and the child was denied entry or access into the restaurant for.
Yeah, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you know, sometimes you may, in your mind, you may think something may sound one way in your mind from your experience and what you know, but when you say it out loud in front of different people, they may take it a different way. Samantha P, salute. And you know, it's funny because some people don't understand certain things until something similar happens to them, and then you know they trying to explain how this certain thing made them feel or hurt them or triggered them. But when someone else was trying to explain this something else triggers them, it makes them feel some type of way. You know, they couldn't understand it, they couldn't comprehend it. So when it happened to them, they may say, oh, you know, that was different. This is different from, you know, what happened to you. But at the end of the day, the point is not what happened, is how it made the person feel. It's not the word, it's not what was said, it's the feeling that came behind whatever happened. So at the end of the day, the person is going to feel like, oh, when I felt hurt by this word, you didn't care. So now you feel hurt by this word and you want me to care? Would you think you better than me? You know? And it gets downright childish. And you motherfuckers just start spitting out hurtful shit to each other. You feel me? Mr. P is in the building. Salute. So, you know, you just gotta, you know, understand that people have feelings. Now, some people see me personally, you know, where I come from, I understand, fuck your feelings, right? But where I come from, if I say fuck your feelings, what I'm actually saying is I'm ready to kill, die, go to jail, or stand on anything, any consequences of me saying fuck your feelings. That's what that means, because you never know who people are. You can bump into somebody and not say excuse me, and they might take your life, God forbid. So where I come from, you know, is different. So I've learned that to some people, respect or their feelings, they ready to kill, die, and go to jail for. So if you're ready to say fuck their feelings, you got to be ready to do the same. Or you could be like, you know what? I didn't mean to make you feel this way. You know, I stand on this. This is what I feel like, but I ain't mean to disrespect you or make you feel this way. Sorry, pardon me, I bumped into you. And keep it pushing. Because I even know that even if you say sorry, some motherfuckers will still take you out. Because that's just how it is. Doja Cat. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going to leave that one alone. And, you know, Mike from Boston. So you gotta be, you know, you don't have to do anything. But all praises to the Most High. Be safe out there. Because the world is going crazy. Because you know what we lost? Dignity and respect. The new thing is I'ma say whatever I want. I'ma do it. I'm tough. I'm a tough person. Like, you know, that's the new, this trying to prove pissing contests. That's the new thing now. Like, and like where I come from, like I said, where I come from, people who's acting like this now used to frown upon and talk down and look down on this type of behavior and tell motherfuckers like me, you need to grow up, you need to change your mentality. And some of them still do it. They talk down on people like me when came from where I came from and been through what I've been through, but they act the same ignorant way. Trying to prove that they more ignorant than me at the same time telling me that I need to change my ignorant ways. It's very confusing, ladies and gentlemen. It's very confusing. Larry Blaze, salute. But with that said, man, I'm going to have this, we're going to continue this discussion at my non-troll page. I'll drop the link if anybody want to hit the panel and have a, you know, a serious discussion about these things. And salute to y'all.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.